This video is brought to you by Maddie's Motorsports East, located in Farmington, New York. Go visit their website at maddieseast.com for the largest selection of Indians, Triumphs, KTMs, side-by-sides, and more. They're located on the corner of Route 96 and Mertentia Road in Farmington, New York. What's going on, everybody? It's Nice Pants Lance. I am super excited to bring you a ride and review on a Daytona 660. Actually, this is a first ride. This motorcycle just came out not too long ago, but I'm super excited to ride this. I haven't had much time on sport bikes, and I definitely want to spend more time riding sportier bikes. And what better bike to ride than the new Daytona 660? So it's already fired up right now. Ooh, but it's got a liquid cool 660 triple, same triple that's in the Triumph Trident. If you haven't seen that first ride video, check it out. But yeah, we'll talk about this bike. But let me throw a leg over it and get going. Ugh. Wow, it's actually pretty tall. 6 feet tall, got a 32-inch inseam, and I'm actually kind of on my tippy toes. But, oh yeah, look at that. There we go. Wow. Yeah, so I am 6 feet tall, I'm 250 pounds. I got a 32-inch inseam, and I feel really very much hunched over this bike. Wow. Okay. Woo-wee. Man, is it nice to be on a sport bike. Man, is it nice to be on a sport bike. Alright. So, I have to say, being a sport bike, it's not the most comfortable, I will admit. Obviously, I ride a Rocket 3 that's big and comfy. But this is very much a sport bike. The handlebars are very low, fairly close. It does have these clip-ons, but they're not very aggressive clip-ons, I'll be honest. Oh man, that was... the amount of control I just felt going around that turn was sickening. Absolutely sickening. Feels so balanced. My goodness, this definitely feels like a weapon for sure. So yeah, you know, I have to say, I've thrown a leg over some other sport bikes, and this one isn't as uncomfortable as some of the other sport bikes that I've ridden. I've ridden sport bikes where you're like pretty much laying on the tank. Come on, squirrel, get out of here. Yeah, where you're pretty much laying on the tank the whole time. This is not one of those bikes. You know, I feel very hunched over. My legs feel like they're tucked up underneath me quite a bit. But that's pretty much to be expected of a sport bike. It kind of forces you into a commanding riding pose. Oh wow, we're gonna get on it a little bit. Wow. Oh man. This does not feel like a Trident 660 anymore. Wow. This accelerates way faster than a Trident. The Trident has about 80 horses, and this Daytona 660 has had the engine worked on. Like the internals are actually different on this one, and now it's making, gosh, I think 94 horses. 94 horses is a kind of a weird amount of power, but I believe to stay A2 compliant in Europe, you actually need it restricted down to 95 horses. So I think they needed to stay, they had to stay at 95 to call this an A2 bike. But boy, does it pull in the upper revs. So yeah, this one makes 94 horses, definitely a little bit more than the Trident, but just the way that it feels when you're accelerating is you get this rush of power into the higher RPMs, and that's very much so different than the that's very different from the Trident. Like at 5,000 RPM, and you gun it, and boy, you are going. Boy, you are going. Man. Yeah, this is a sweet ride, So, anyways, now let's talk about the handling a little bit. Very, very smooth. I have to say, even my Speed Twin felt very, very, how do I say, very like erratic when you turn. The turn in was just so so direct, so snappy. That turn in is so aggressive that it almost feels like the turn in is cracked out and a little bit unstable on my Speed Twin. This is not that at all. I would have expected the turn in on this to be just as snappy. I would have expected it to be almost like telepathic, where it turns over before you even start telling your brain to start turning. But no, this feels very much so, how do I say, like smooth when you're turning. It feels stable when you're turning, which is something you definitely want in a sport bike, for sure. Should we do a 0 to 60? No, we're not going to do a 0 to 60. Man, but yeah, the handling on it, it's super smooth. Like, it almost feels like the turn-in is a little, not hampered, but it almost feels like they focused on a more smooth and controlled ride instead of on a real cracked out feeling handling characteristic. This definitely feels more smooth, not lopey, but it feels more almost like relaxed and stable, and they want it to be confidence inspiring handling, not necessarily like track sharpness, not like a Speed Triple or even my Speed Twin for that matter. I will say those railroad tracks were like nothing to this though. My this has got Showa suspension on it, upside down forks. I don't know if it's adjustable, but all right, let me see. That was insane. That was absolutely insane. Just when I thought that 9,000 RPM was high revs, no, 12,000. Now that is some high revs. We're gonna downshift to third. Wow. Oh my goodness. That was so amazing. I don't know what just happened, what I just did back there, but that was incredible. That was incredible. The acceleration, the way that it just navigated that turn at full tilt. Oh my goodness. That was incredible. That was incredible. Wow. Oh yeah, this thing will definitely pop a wheelie if you ask it to. This thing would definitely power a wheelie in the lower gears. Oh my goodness. The feeling of just, like, I've never raced on a track before, but I imagine that is exactly the kind of confidence-inspiring turning capability that you would want, the mid-corner stability that you would want on a track. No, it doesn't feel like a scalpel or lightning quick, but boy, that was incredible the way it handled that kind of speed and acceleration around the turns. Goodness gracious. Yeah, this is a nice bike. I like the display on it. It's got a hybrid TFT and LCD display. So the upper part is LCD. And I like the simplicity of it. I know they did that for the sake of cost cutting, but I will say I don't mind, because this display is really nice. You know, it tells you your miles per hour, your time. What else does it show you? Mode. Oh, it's got modes. Oh, I'm gonna put it into sport mode. Let me see, how do I select it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's now that it's in sport, I can definitely feel the throttle response is much better. These brakes too, these are absolutely phenomenal. Stoppies, no problem. This thing's got epic braking potential, epic braking power, and the sound. Wow, this is nice, so stable, so smooth, sounds great. Goodness. Neutral is easy to find. I love that kickstand, it snaps right out. Wow, so nice. LED lights all around as standard. Oh yeah, it is adjustable back here. So nice, so nice. This is definitely not a leader bike by any means. It's definitely not going to loop you in third gear. You're not going to be doing 180 mile an hour highway pulls on this. I imagine 130, 140 miles an hour probably, right at the top, you know, giving it all she's got. Who knows what's going to happen. I know Triumph has a racing kit that they're coming out with for this bike, so we'll see what that racing kit looks like. I don't know if it's, you know, what the racing kit will actually include. I don't know if there's any engine performance mods to go along with it or different maps or something, but I imagine unlocked this bike is going to be quite fantastic. One of the changes they made to the engine was the throttle bodies. Now they have 3 individual throttle bodies on this engine, whereas with the Trident it was set up a little differently. So so who knows what kind of potential this bike will have when people start messing around with it and tune it. But just aesthetically, I mean, look at the carbon fiber accents down there. Looks like, I don't know what these are, but those actually kind of look nice. I'm sure those are, I don't know what kind of cooling fins are down there for, but yeah, just the dual brakes, they feel so nice, so powerful. Yeah, this is a fantastic bike, and for being under 10 grand brand new, Like, I'm actually highly considering trying to get one of these in the future as a second bike. So that felt incredible. That was a nice ride. So thanks for joining me. If you like this video, give me a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Peace. Oh man, I like that too much. I like that too much. That was different than what I thought it was gonna be.